Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Good motherfucking morning.
Morning.
You do not look thrilled to be here.
Once again, for everybody to know, mornings suck the dang dang.
Agreed.
So this is episode 1 of the long-awaited return of caffeine injection. Those of you that have been around on Hellfire for, I think we've been in existence for like 5 years now. Caffeine injection disappeared for a couple of years, but it's now fucking back. We do have another co-host that is with us, but unfortunately she got called into work today, so she's going to miss the first episode, but that's okay. She'll be back next week. So obviously today we're doing Silence of the Lambs. Because Mojo, one of Mojo's favorite movies.
I love this movie.
I've seen it a million times and I did not have time to rewatch it. So I'm gonna wing it with you. you got to watch it last night. Yeah. I did. So yeah, Silence of the Lambs was. You know, the first thing I was looking up some articles this morning, and there was a bunch of people complaining about the fact that they didn't think that Silence of the Lambs was a horror film.
How is it not? It's called a psychological thriller.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. Now, if it was like really slow, really boring, no gore, no, body count, no this, no that, okay. All right. Yeah, so it's a suspense, but it's like I count the movie 7 as a horror because I feel like 7 is like Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, there was some gory ass shit in the movie 7.
Yeah.
So
I want to say more like psychological,
Yeah, psychological horror.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally agree, but there were so many people that were like, it's not horror. It's not horror. I'm like, no, bro, it is.
Yeah, brains and killing them every day is just an everyday normal life.
Right. I'm like, this motherfucker's eating people, all right? And then you got the cross-dressing Buffalo Bill who's hiding motherfuckers down the cellar and wearing their skin. So...
Right, so kind of freaky deaky there, if you ask me. I like this movie on several different levels. No, just not the, I like the fact that it showed a period of time where a female agent really had to step up and prove herself to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big thing for that time as well.
Or else it gets
That's the only part you remembered?
I think that's about the only part most people remember because it was like one of the like greatest one-liners I think of that area of film. You see, you're gonna get this throughout the whole thing.
That makes me wonder, why are you only remembering that part, guys?
You know they made a song about that movie?
Did they? Like
do you think? I guarantee you, because I quote that same quote all the fucking time for shit. And I think that movie probably gets quoted every day, billions of times throughout the fucking world, every single day.
Oh, probably with multiple and different things. You know, like there's so many different little spots in there that you can quote from.
Yeah, that was right there with Easy sitting there saying that Joe Dirt spoofed it because they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do remember that. It's been a long time since I've seen Joe Dirt. Damn, I haven't even thought about that fucking movie in forever. That's a good one too. That's a good one too. That movie was just, I think for its time, it pushed a lot of buttons.
The Joe Dirt one, or what? The Silence of the
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah, it pushed huge buttons because what was this? This was in the, let's see, early 80s or so ish.
Right.
1991. It was later. It was 91.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely coming out, and it was coming out with a lot of stuff because I do remember this time and how the women's movements and all of those things were and how that they were doing stuff.
Right.
It pushed it.
D, we won't be there, but Ben and Jeff from Talking with the Dead, they will be there. They're a part of us. We're all partnered up. So you'll be able to go to their booth and check them out. Unfortunately, us will not be there. That's a little far for us at this time. I mean, are we eventually, as far as us going to go on tour at some point? I wouldn't say full on tours, but we will be doing some events probably.
We have a lot of events coming up here in Texas. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, Ben and Jeff from Talking with the Dead are doing a Comic-Con up north. So, because they've actually been actively on tour up north. So, but we'll be covering the southern regions. But anyways, like tell you the truth, I think I didn't even watch Silence of the Lambs until I was much older.
I was probably like 10 first time I watched it.
Let's see, first time.
I'm pretty sure that I was a teenager by the time.
I think I was a teenager too, but I really didn't get into it, so I got a little bit older, and then I got into like the whole series of it. You know, you got with the Red Dragon and all the other.
Well, I mean, that's really hard for a teenager to like grasp. Like, that's just a movie series that's really geared for like actually like mature adults, because a lot of shit you're just not gonna fucking understand. Because I didn't really like it until I was like in my 20s.
Yeah, you didn't understand the whole of it, and to me, it's just a psychological thing. I love psychological things. I like how you have to think about it and it has to twist, even if it's messed up. Because think about how crazy he got, the things that he did, all the way down from stealing a pen when you're all tied up. How the fuck did you get out from under that freaking little dolly that they tied your ass to?
Yeah, no shit. You know what I mean?
There was so many different little things here. I mean, okay, there's another one. What about the guy whacking off when she comes in? You know, there's so many different parts. Like, why did that even?
I totally that was a part.
When she first walks in to meet Hannibal Lecter, who's going down in the sale place area, right? She goes down there, sits in the chair, talks to him, gets up, starts walking out, and the guy in the other thing was all whack, 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 whacking. Wah!
That's where it was spoofed from. Because think about the part of the movie we just did, From Beyond. And the doctor's walking down the fucking hallway, and they're fucking with the dude.
Oh yeah,
jacking it right before she goes in to talk to the other guy.
Well, this one she got jacked because the cell that he was in didn't have a door on it, like a regular door. It was just bars, which was kind of funny because when you walk down that hallway, all of them have bars except for whose? Hannibal Lecter's.
Yeah. And then I kind of, if you think about it, now that I'm sitting here thinking about the scenes and like really, really thinking about it, there's other movies that have kind of spoofed things that happened in Silence of the Lambs. Because now I'm thinking about Suicide Squad with Harley Quinn in the beginning, because she's locked up in the same type of cage in the middle of a fucking room, just like Hannibal Lecter was in Suicide Squad.
That's when he killed the guards, when he hit himself and that's another thing. I know from experience, when you're looking at somebody, and especially like that, man, you can tell if it's the real person or not. But that they also showed that he put the skin of the guy's face over his head. But how do you not know? You're sitting there looking, holding his hand and telling him to hold on. How do you not know he has another face on? I mean, and not like you can tuck it in.
It's a good question. I mean, wouldn't there be like blood pouring down you and shit?
You would think.
Well, okay, so he's laying on the ground. They all come in, their guns drawn, and they're like, "Oh, freeze! Everybody freeze! Let's find Hannibal Lecter. Where is he at? He's gone. We got the officers here. Call 911." And the other guy's like, "Hold his hand." So he's over there holding his hand. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. And it's a face. You get him, like he has blood on his face, and you see the blood. Actually, they probably should have put more blood on there to make it look more realistic, to be honest with you, especially with the face, right? You got lots of blood on there. So it shoots on over to the ambulance, and as soon as he's on his thing, doing his little walkie-talkie thing, all of a sudden you see him take his face off, and then you see Hannibal Lecter at that point.
Right.
And that's when you're like, oh shit.
That was a good scene. That was a good scene.
How do you not know, though? Like, Hannibal Lecter doesn't have hair, so he can't, like,
I mean, he kind of did. It was thinning. He had grandpa hair.
No, it even shows in the thing right here. He has no hair.
Crazy how Anthony Hopkins still looks like he did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to this day.
Can you still look at him the same? Or do you look at him as Hannibal Lecter?
I mean, he did so many fucking good roles, though, like throughout his whole entire career, especially in horror, because that wasn't the only horror movie he did, because he was in the movie Magic, which was in the late 60s or early 70s. I can't remember which was about the killer ventriloquist doll. And I think Hopkins was in his like 20s or 30s when he did that movie, very, very young. And then he's done, what was that exorcism movie that he did not too long ago? Like the
priest guy.
Yeah, he was a priest.
Look at him the same, though. I still look at him as Hannibal Lecter. I don't care what he does.
I mean, that's probably his, like, I don't want to say it's his crown jewel role, but it might be. It's probably the role he's known for the best, to be honest, at least amongst horror fans. If you're going to see him at a Comic-Con, which he doesn't do Comic-Cons very often, but when he does, most of the fans that are there to see him are there because of Silence of the Lambs.
True. It is true.
And I was really upset when they did, and I understand why they did it, and the guy who did it was awesome. Did you ever watch the TV show Hannibal?
I did start watching it, but it wasn't the same. I have a really hard time switching over.
I loved Hannibal. It was great, but I think it would have been a hell of a lot better if they would have let Anthony Hopkins play him again.
Well, yeah.
But I do understand that it was supposed to be a younger, like, prequel build up to it and whatever.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
To kind of see what made him be his way, like what put him in that direction.
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, so with all this damn technology we got, you could have made him look younger. I mean, look, you got fucking Mark Hamill that's been in recent Star Wars stuff, and you made him look like he did way back in the very beginning Star Wars movies. So if you could do that, you could have done it with Anthony Hopkins.
Probably, but how much money is that going to cost? Damn well that's going to be expensive. They would rather just get a guy that's not as big named and roll with the dice.
Well, I mean, they still got a big name guy who played him because it was Mads Mikkelsen who played Hannibal.
It's still not Hannibal Lecter. He's just
Well,
the man. Yeah.
True. But I mean, now the one thing I also see a lot, and I was reading some of them, is people complaining about Silence of the Lambs not being as good as the book. And of course, that's a complaint all the way across the fucking.
I'm actually tired of hearing that complaint.
Same.
Because half the time, people haven't even read the book to even make that complaint. And second, it's a book, not a movie. Two different things.
Agree. I mean, you can go more in depth in a book. You're not bound to the, you have to have it in a certain time period. You can't go over this time. Money constraints, nothing. I mean, you could sit there and write and make the biggest book of the fucking world that you want. And there's nothing that's going to stop you from being as descriptive as you want in a book. But whenever it comes to a movie, there's no way that you could make, if you've got a book that took you 6 months to write, there's no way you're going to make a 2-hour movie on a book that took you 6 months to read.
I don't agree.
Well, there is the whole thing of what people need to realize from a book to a movie. In the book, it's describing things. It's describing your atmosphere. It's describing the people around you. It's putting you into that place. In a movie, you're only visually seeing it, so they don't have to write it. So you're going to miss a lot of it because it's already visually there. So you're missing about half of the book already, but it's just visual. But people don't think about that. They only think about, they forgot to leave out this little part. Well,
I see your point. I mean, that makes sense.
But you can't tell me that you're not upset that they didn't put Peeves in the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, yeah.
I've never read the book, so I have no idea. I love it. I've seen Red Dragon, but I've only seen it once, and I really don't fucking remember it. And Hannibal Rising, I have not seen.
I like those series. Like I said, it's a good one. I like the psychological thrillers. I like the part of going deep in the anatomy and the physiology of the human body. And I know it sounds weird, but the whole how he dissects things. I mean, he's like a doctor, filet of fish.
Well, I mean, wasn't he a doctor though? Yeah. He was a doctor. Like, what was he a doctor of though? Because I totally forgot.
Well, he was a psychologist. He was a doctorate. He had his doctorate and stuff.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, I totally fucking forgot what it even was. And then what did Red Dragon have to do with him? Wasn't he helping him hunt down another fucking serial killer?
Yeah. It's been a while. I'm actually probably watching that one tonight since we watched the other one last night.
Yeah, because I totally fucking forgot what Red Dragon was even about.
Yeah, it's basically finding another killer during that time, but he's more free during that time. Like you see him kind of walking around in different countries and stuff, and basically you're trying to chase him to get the information. It's kind of the same thing, but he's not locked up.
Okay, well, yeah, because he escaped in the first one.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I mean, think about how clever he is, the things that he's done to get out of it. I mean, they're tying him up and doing all these things, and this man still, Houdini's the heck out of things.
I mean, did they ever dive into the whole reason of why he even did what he did?
I don't know. He likes brains. He's a zombie.
I could never imagine eating a person. That shit makes me fucking sick to my stomach even thinking about it.
What if your airplane crashed in a mountain and you were stuck up there forever? Look, you guys are going there.
I would die.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna start eating shit. Fuck that. I'm gonna make me a fishing pole and fucking. I'm gonna fish. Well,
that's the point. You're on a mountain. There's nothing. Well, because I just watched a movie not too long ago, the new one that's out about them crashing in an airplane where you can't. There's no water. There's no nothing. You're on a snowy mountain and you can't get nowhere.
Are you talking about Yellow Jackets?
No, Yellow Jackets is a show. No.
Yeah, but it's about the same thing. They crash and they're out there and they fucking turn cannibal.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket's one of the younger ones, I think.
Yeah.
There's another movie. Well, actually, there's 2 movies that are. There's the older version of it where they crashed and then they had to eat each other afterwards to survive. Look, if I'm gonna crash in an airplane, I'm gonna be stuck up there, and I can't go nowhere. And I've literally tried, and I'm about ready to cack over. That's not my fucking fire.
I couldn't do it. I could not do that to another human being. No way. No fucking way. I couldn't. So what was your favorite scene from Silence of the Lambs?
So many scenes. I do like the part where he is in his little cage and he has the music going and he's over there cooking up on his little fucking skillet. He goes over there to go put his food on the table and oh look, a salad. Get some brains, put it over here. And the guy's all eating his brains. That's the best part. I mean, it really was. It was a mind fuck. That's what that was.
Was Silence of the Lambs the one with the scene of Ray Liotta with his head fucking cracked open? He was still alive.
That's the scene I'm talking about.
That was my favorite. Fucking, I just couldn't remember if that was one of the other movies or if that was that one, but I thought it was that one. That was probably my favorite because that was like fucking unnerving. That motherfucker's still alive.
Wide awake, his eyes looking at you, gnawing on his brain. Yep. But that's what I liked about it because Hannibal Lecter was just like, it's another day. Like, I'm just going to sizzle me up a little fucking omelet. You want some dinner? But he's in his cage. It was the atmosphere. You had the music that was going around it and the suspensefulness of it. And he's over there just like it's another day, just chilling.
Yeah, that was extremely unnerving. Like, ugh. All right. What about you?
What do you like?
Obviously, it's going to be the scene with fucking Buffalo Bill when he's sitting there doing all this weird shit. And he's listening to Goodbye Horses by Q Lazarus.
Like, hey, he had some good music where he was at. I mean, when he was
that dude was fucking straight wacky.
Yeah. He was. He was definitely
kidnapping chicks and wearing their skin. Yes, he was wacky.
That's taking cross-dressing to a whole new fucking level.
Mm-hmm. You got to put lotion on it.
Yeah, that is it bad that dude freaked me out more than Hannibal Lecter did?
I agree.
He was creepy.
Mm-hmm.
His vibes was like, I don't even know what actor played him, but he fucking he aced that shit. Like, I don't think it could have got anybody any better to do.
And at the end, when he had his little robe on, and then he like tucked it between his legs and was like, ta-da! Just like, the fuck?
That just makes my goddamn skin crawl. All of his scenes made me uncomfortable.
Well, like, good. That's what
all
you're supposed to do.
All of them made his oh God, it just made me fucking uncomfortable. I feel like I wish they would have done a whole movie on Buffalo Bill though.
Yeah.
Like, you could have made a whole damn movie on that character alone.
Probably get a little bit more into depth about it and like what. I mean, I don't know. For all we know, there might be a movie out there about a Buffalo Bill.
Ted Levine. Thank you, D. I gotta look up, see if there's other stuff that he's done because I'm not super familiar with that actor at all. But we'll
I know he's done a few other things, but that for him, that was probably one of his, all time. Everybody knows him from that. He was talking about that. I mean, what if you made a crazy show like that? That was your one and only, and everybody knows you as that. Like, you walk into the store and you part the C's because everybody's like, "Guys, don't kill me."
Well, I mean, there's a lot of there's quite a few actors that got that. That's just like Bruce Campbell. You say his name, the only thing that anybody ever thinks of is the Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead series. Because that's what he was known for. That's what he did. That's what he became a cult icon for, was that film right there in a fucking nutshell.
Yeah.
For that movie. You know, there's a bunch of that's like kind of like how I feel about Sid Haig. Sid Haig's been an actor since the late 70s. He was even in one of the fucking old James Bond movies, but everybody knows him as Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects and all that. Like you say Sid Haig, and that's the first thing they fucking go to. And I think a lot of them have, you know, kind of that stuff. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about is Bruce Campbell's known as Ash, and he's been in other stuff, but that's all anybody knows him as.
Ted Levine played the truck driver in Joyride.
Oh, he did.
Rusty Nail.
Oh, shit, I remember.
Candy cane. You can tell his voice. I'm looking for candy cane.
Oh, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Holy shit. Was he in the Hills Have Eyes? The remake?
The remake, 06.
Who'd he play?
Big Bob.
I don't remember it
He was in Monk. He was in Shutter Island. He's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah, I don't remember Hills Have Eyes enough to remember which character that was, because I think Hills Have Eyes I've only watched like twice, maybe, if that. I wasn't a big fan of Hills Have Eyes. I never was. I didn't even really like the fucking original.
Oh, he was in that Alien.
So, he was an alien.
In the Alienist.
Oh, I thought you said Alien. Oh, no, maybe he wasn't. There's a dude that looks like him, though, that was in there. Holy shit. Okay. Anyways, so another good question. If you could recast Buffalo Bill and Hannibal Lecter, who would you get to play those two characters now? If you were to remake the movie today?
Hannibal Lecter and who?
And Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is going to be weird for my Buffalo Bill, but I want Ozzy to do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for Ozzy.
I would have never thought that.
Let's really screw stuff up. I'm going to switch my Hannibal Lecter to a female. I just got to figure out which one.
Okay.
And we're going to switch it. We're going to switch it.
Okay.
Because imagine that's even more like not right? I mean, think about it. Like, we already know how weird it is to have him. But can you imagine, like, have his female? Maybe he's married. Maybe it's Hannibal Lecter's wife. I don't know. She should be just as twisted.
Okay. That's not bad. I know who I would have play Buffalo Bill, but I'm having an issue with Hannibal Lecter.
I am too, because he's Hannibal Lecter's Hannibal Lecter. That's why I switched it to a girl, because that's the only way I can see somebody else doing it.
Right.
Just figuring out which girl I want.
Buffalo Bill, I think I would get Johnny Depp to do it. Because I think he could do the shit out of it, because he's played some fucking nutty fucking characters. And I think he can do it very, very well. All right, I've seen your look on your face. What do you got?
I already know who I would pick to do both.
Okay, go.
All right, for Buffalo Bill, I'd pick Tom Hardy. Okay. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie that he did where fuck, I had the name of it and it went out of my brain.
Okay, you'll find it. It'll come back.
Fuck. And then I would probably, if age wasn't a thing for Hannibal, I would probably pick Cillian Murphy.
Who's that?
He played Bronson. Have you ever seen Bronson?
No.
Okay. That's why I would pick Tom Hardy to play Buffalo Bill. Cillian Murphy he played the Scarecrow in the Batman remake.
Oh, with, yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah. He was fucking.
He was in 28 Days Later.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I think for Hannibal Lecter, I would actually have. I mean, he would be younger, obviously, but I would get the guy who played Professor X in the newer X-Men.
James McAvoy.
Yes.
Yeah, girl.
That's who I would get.
Why? Because of that. What was that movie called that he did where he had all the?
That's exactly why. Split
Yeah.
and fucking he played because it was a series that they all went together. It was like Split, Unbreakable, Glass, and then I think there was a fourth one. I think it was all 4 movies that converged because Unbreakable was the Bruce Willis character that like literally couldn't be hurt. And then you had Split, which was James McAvoy's character that had like how many fucking people in his damn head that he portrayed.
It wasn't me, it was Patricia.
Including the Beast. And then you had Samuel L. Jackson, who was Glass, but I can't remember what his abilities were. Because it's been so long since I've fucking seen any of them, but they were and I fucked up because I didn't know that they all like went in coincided until I watched like a documentary on it. And I was like, holy shit, all this actually plays into it. Because Glass is when you see them all together in the same damn movie. Because I think I've seen Unbreakable on its own. I've seen Split on its own. And Split was fucking amazing. I had to be talked into watching Split because I was like, and I watched it. I was like, okay, this is a good fucking movie.
Okay, I got a plot twist of mine. I would like Elvira to be Hannibal. A sexy mamacita.
That'd be funny.
Look at these. Shake, shake. See?
I'm eating
Works
it.
great. Oh, it's okay. Let me crack your head. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'd be willing to check it out. I'd be willing to check it out. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Okay, so now that we've recasted the 2 main characters, who would you get to write and direct it?
I don't know. I'll make you do it. That's what I use you for.
Everybody should do it. God damn. Y'all got a whole list of remakes for me to fucking do.
Just wait. Do it. I'm horrible with names, to be honest with you. So me and names just don't fly together. But I think that Quentin Tarantino twist would be kind of cool too. Add a little Quentin Tarantino in there. Make it crazy.
I can see that. I can see that.
All Pulp Fiction-y style. But each character has like a different thing, kind of like in Pulp Fiction. You went from one spot to the other.
See, I think I would go with Robert Rodriguez, which, if anybody doesn't know who Robert Rodriguez is one of his most known things is the Grindhouse film Planet Terror that had, Bruce Willis, Rose McGowan, the whole zombie thing. When the whole Grindhouse double feature came out of Planet Terror and Death Proof, which Death Proof was done by Quentin Tarantino, but Quentin Tarantino was in Planet Terror. But I liked the way that they filmed it and did it, and it looked very retro and old school, and I love the Grindhouse stuff. So with the way Grindhouse movies were, I think Silence of the Lambs Grindhouse style would be pretty fucking cool.
You know, he also directed Spy Kids.
Really?
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, let's not do it in Spy Kids style.
Spy Kids was cool.
Let's do Grindhouse. Okay, that's not a bad one. Wes Craven. Okay.
Yeah,
I could see Wes Craven doing it. I could see him doing it. I mean, you know, coming from the guy that did Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream and Hills Have Eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Oh my god. See, this is why I can't do this shit in the morning times.
Right?
It was there, and then it went, hey, bye.
Rob Zombie.
Tim, what about Tim Burton?
Tim Burton.
Would he be able to do it though? Like do it justice, or would it be like too kooky?
He can do it justice.
I think he could. Sleepy Hollow wasn't kooky.
True. If he had hands off to do an actual scary movie and not just something for the family or something of that nature, I think he could play it off. He can.
The only thing about Tim Burton stuff is just very gothic-y.
Okay, and
no, I guess you could do Silence of the Lambs that style, maybe.
Maybe they should do a musical.
Yeah. Kenny Ortega, where are you at?
Like fucking Sweeney Todd, which I actually like Sweeney Todd. Don't get me wrong. I actually liked it. And I was a little apprehensive about watching Sweeney Todd. But after I actually sat down and watched it, I was like, okay.
I enjoy my musicals. I like musicals. But I think it would be kind of cool. There's not a whole lot of horror kind of musicals.
The only ones that I could think of right off the bat is obviously, if you want to count it as a horror, which I think you can, but it's kooky as fuck, is Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
And then my favorite fucking horror musical would be Repo Man, the Genetic Opera. Because I fucking love that movie. Have you ever seen it?
No, and I was just about ready to tell you, where the hell do you watch your shit from? Like, did you not have normal cable as a kid? Like, what happened? Like, where does this all come out?
Repo Man is newer, but so how I found a lot of one, I was a damn VHS kid forever, like going to the damn VHS store, and I actually picked the horror movies I picked them based off of how cool the fucking front cover looked. If I thought it looked interesting, I would fucking pick it up and watch it. Now, when I got older and got into, DVDs came out and stuff like that, I used to go to like FYE and fucking Walmart and stuff like that. And I did the same thing. Every pay period, whenever I think I was in like my mid-20s, I would go to Walmart and go in there and just look at like random horror movies, because you get straight to the shelf indie films constantly. So I would just go in there, and I was such a horror fanatic. I also, I subscribed to Fangoria and some of these horror magazines. So I would read about stuff in those magazines, and they had a lot of indie, under the radar movies that, weren't done by big production companies. And if I read something, I would go to Walmart and buy the movie and just try it. Or sometimes I would just see a movie on the shelf and I would just grab it, buy it, and fucking try it. And that's what happened with Repo Man, the Genetic Opera. But I also went to Repo Man because there were some actors in there that I already really liked and that I already knew their work, especially within the horror genre. Like Bill Moseley is in Repo Man, the Genetic Opera. You also got Paris Hilton is in Repo Man, the Genetic Opera. There was a guy in there too that is not
to get me to watch a movie.
I'm trying to think of what his name is.
They kill her first.
Well, there's a guy in there that is really more or less known for being in mafia movies, like mobster movies. And I can't remember his fucking name, but he plays the dad in Repo Man, the Genetic Opera, and I really liked him. And that was another one of the big reasons that I picked up the movie and watched it, because he did a great job. And he plays like a mobster style villain in, Repo Man. So it was a really good movie. I got to get you to watch Repo Man with me one night. Just watch it. I don't know. Could you
watch it? Just watch it.
Could you do Silence of the Lambs as a musical? Or would it be too ridiculous?
Nah. Depends on how you do it. Depends on how you do it. I would rather them not make it ridiculous.
Paul Sorvino.
Goodfellas.
Okay. Wasn't he in my Sopranos? I'm watching Sopranos right now.
Yeah, well, he's in Goodfellas and damn near every fucking big time mobster movie he was in there.
Yeah, they kind of gravitate all together, so you usually get the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the same guys played in mob movies and got typecasted, and they just kept playing fucking mob movies like Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and there's a whole fucking line of them. Al Pacino and all of them.
I would be bad if I was one of those people, because I'd be pretending like I was in the mob the whole time.
Hell, that's a good. What if you got Al Pacino to play Hannibal?
That'd be cool.
True. That'd be interesting.
I think he could do it. He's played some pretty menacing asshole characters before.
Yeah.
Across several different genres. And I did like the fact somebody said Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie could probably do Silence of the Lambs justice.
I got it. I say Clarice should be the new Hannibal, because she loses her marbles because she's been working with the real Hannibal this whole time, and then she turns into a Hannibal.
That's like some Harley Quinn shit.
We can call it whatever you want. It'll be good. Just saying.
Yeah, who would you get to play though?
Well, if Jodie Foster was still, Jodie Foster, I would have her do it. Like, I really wish that she would have stayed within the whole, series that they made, the movies that they made with it. They didn't, but I think for an original, to see an original and a new movie come out like that, that would be awesome. Especially her turning into what he was, because she was younger than him during the movie.
What if you had to recast her?
That's what I've been stuck on. I've been sitting here trying to think of who I would want to play him.
Like who would you get to do her?
Oh, I know. Hold on,
Harley Quinn. Oh man, I don't know.
I actually have a unknown actress that I think could do that and play her, and it's the chick that plays Katie in The Magicians.
Ooh.
I don't know her name, but she could definitely fucking do it. Definitely. Or even that. Huh?
What about the Terminator chick? What's her name?
Oh,
her name's Jade Taylor.
Okay. I can't think of her damn name. The one that played Sarah Connor, right?
Yeah, because she played the whole.
I can see her fucking face, but I can't think of her name.
You know what I mean? I can see her being a little mysterious, kind of trippy.
Linda Hamilton.
Oh, Linda Hamilton. That's right.
Did you know that the books got, they actually got banded?
Really?
Yes, and some critics and transgender activists describe the novel as transphobic and homophobic because of its portrayal of Buffalo Bill. There were protests that happens about it, and the book was banned. They were trying to get it banned for a while. Well, obviously, the book is going to be more graphic, obviously, like always. That's just how it is.
Right.
And the biggest complaint that people had on it is it can be disturbing to hear the violent acts of the characters that was inflicted.
What?
And I'm just going to say right now, it does not do anything to the homophobic freaking community. There's crazies in every freaking community. It doesn't matter. It doesn't but hurt me because some crazy psycho did something. People need to get over this.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, it's a fucking movie. It's a movie.
And like I said, there's crazy people in everything, every color, every race, everything. So let's stop being butthurt about it. Okay, we all right.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. I promise.
It's all right. It doesn't portray nothing. But anyways, yeah, it got banned because of that.
When was this?
Well, it came out in the 90s, so you would think the book probably came out a little bit before that, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah.
Or when the book was written. But yeah, because I was just looking at some random things and I was just like, are you serious? And I mean, for the times, that was the early 90s. I can see where some of the things, okay, homosexuality wasn't a big thing during that time. Yes, there were people out there, but it wasn't as open as it is now. It didn't start getting open until like the early 2000s, to be honest.
Right.
So you did have a lot of people that were all about like, eek, type of thing.
I gotcha. So before we get into the end of the show, we're going to run a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Fucking animal whore. A fucking shark. Bitch, please, this fucking dildo with teeth is beating your ass. It took you 2 hours of film to kill a goddamn shark. Fucking Steve Irwin could have fucking showed up, took a shot at Jack, would have been like, crikey, you motherfuckers can't do shit. We're just gonna jump in there with a knife, take here, got its guts out, presto, you're dead. It would have been like a scene from 300, Crocodile Hunter, guts wrapped around him, screaming, "This is Discovery Channel!"
All right, so Hellfire Lounge this Saturday. It starts. So join us for that, 9 o'clock, Saturday night. I think the topic we're covering is the old school days of MTV and VH1. So, yeah, those were the days. So if you missed those, join in, hang out with us. The last little clip is from an animated comic or an animated movie we're going to be putting out in probably 2025. That's also going to be a graphic novel comic book series. That's just one of the many fucking characters that's going to be in it. So be watching out. We're probably going to start releasing some stuff before too awfully long. I don't know. We're working on it. We're working on it. It's a slow process. So it is all right. So getting towards the end of it.
Did you know it was based off of somebody though too? Wild Bill? Yeah. You didn't know Wild Bill, it was based off of a actual person?
No.
His name was Gary Hiddick. HEID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually, so this kind of plays into it then. I know a lot of you probably don't know, there's I don't want to call them a mainstream band because they're not really super mainstream, but they are a big band, and I can't remember where they're from, but the name of the band is called Skinned, and they actually do, all of their songs are about serial killers. And the very first song I ever seen them do a music video for was on that serial killer. It was like Gary Heineck or something like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, all of their songs are based off of serial killers, and the very, very first one I ever, which is how I found the band to begin with, was just an accident on YouTube, was based off that character, but I had no idea that it was based off of a true character. Now, I do remember watching the video because didn't he like pick up prostitutes and he was like murdering prostitutes?
Yeah, at first. Yeah. That was his thing.
I mean, what do you mean at first? What the hell did he do afterwards?
Well, afterwards, it didn't matter. I mean, if they weren't prostitutes, if it was just somebody down the street looking like they had some good skin that he wanted for later on down the road.
He was skinning them?
Yeah. How do you think he got his leather suit there?
I didn't know that. I didn't go that far into it.
Well, why do you think he's over there having to put lotion on?
You
got to keep that skin nice.
Moist.
I don't understand how a person could, like, what type of frame of mind you have to be in to hurt somebody like that. Like, I couldn't even do that to somebody that I fucking absolutely hated. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be able to punch him in the face, but not kill him.
Yeah, he done
skin especially fucking do that to him. Yeah, no. I just, oh God, it makes my fucking skin crawl. Makes my skin crawl. All right, we're to the point of, just like on fucking Buzzkill, we're going to give these ratings too. So,
right, let's do it.
On this one, it's hard. I can't. I got to give this a solid 9. Solid 9. Solid 9. The only thing that I would change is I probably would have added a little bit more gore. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Other than that, I'm giving it a 9. What you got, Kitty?
Let's go 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. High one. I'm gonna go for my solid 10. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna put out very many 10s. I like this movie. It has the gore, it has the suspense, it has a good storyline. It also has a true story thing that goes behind it, which I love. I love those true stories, even if they're psychotic. Something about them. I just like them.
Okay. Well, it's got a final rating from Caffeine Injection as a 9.1. So extremely high. Extremely high.
That's the highest we've ever done.
If you guys haven't watched Silence of the Lambs, I don't know where you can watch it for free because what?
Amazon, if you have the AMC app on your Amazon.
Oh, there you go. So you can check it out there. On that, don't forget to join us tonight, Buzzkill Cinema. We're going over the horror classic Hellraiser. So if you haven't, and not the remake, but the original. We're actually going to do the remake on this show at some time because Caffeine Injection does all the newer stuff where Buzzkill is retro. So go check out Hellraiser. It is free, I believe, on Tubi is where I found it at. So you can go over to Tubi. Tubi should probably be paying us because we talk about it constantly. Yeah, like Tubi, we need a sponsorship, Tubi. Y'all ain't give us our own channel. Anyways, on that, we love you guys. Make sure that you join us tonight. Watch all of our shows Tuesday night, or every other Tuesday night is Sluts for Smut. Wednesday night is Chronic Sports. Thursday mornings, us. Thursday nights, you got Buzzkill Cinema. Saturdays, Hellfire Lounge, and hopefully more shows coming on the horizon. But on that, we love you guys. Have a great Thursday. We out.
Good day.